Drive through the Portofino Bay community in St. Lucie County, and you can't miss the tarps that have covered roofs since Hurricane Milton.
You could hear the roof damage during the storm. You could hear the tiles just being ripped off.
Ann McFade is a single mother who needed her roof repaired quickly after October's storm. She hired Family First Roofing Group to do the job, and she says they took a $15,800 down payment.
How much work did they do?
Nothing. They took my money, and I haven't seen them back.
McFate says rain has leaked through the unrepaired roof, damaging a bedroom,
This whole wall, every time it rains, is wet.
a bathroom, and floorboards in the kitchen.
Where do you go from here?
I'm lost as to where to go from here. I don't have the means to recoup that money again and just come up with it and say, okay, I can fix it.
She's not alone. A blue tarp covers her neighbor's roof. Steve and Melanie Goldstein paid more than $15,000 to Family First in November.
$15,200.
Do you think you'll get your money back?
No.
Kevin Parker is renovating his home. He says he contracted Family First earlier this year to put on a new roof. Work, he says, that never even started.
At that time, I knew I was in major trouble. You know, there's nothing I can do.
So how much are you out?
I'm out over $12,000.
In Vero Beach, car wash owner Daniel Mulkey
We lost a lot of shingles.
says he's out $14,000. Mulkey says he made a down payment in March for a metal roof. He's still waiting.
We just paid the deposit and, figured that they had a huge obligation to, replace our roof. And, they never even pulled permits for it.
WPTV Investigates received more than 20 complaints across 3 counties.
We've taken a lot of heat.
Brandon Laverdure is one of Family First's owners. He says his roofing company grew too fast and could not keep up with the demand for new roofs that came from insurance mandates and storm damage. He knows customers are mad.
At the end of the day, they still don't have a product they paid for.
Correct. Yeah, the frustration's real. I would be frustrated as well.
Jeff Sammons is frustrated. Family First finished repairing his storm-damaged roof in Portofino Bay in late April, and then bad news arrived. Certified.
I got the letter in the mail today, which infuriated me, telling me I owed the dumpster company wanting $1,200 from me, wanting to put a lien on my house. After all this.
I analyzed records with the St. Lucie County Clerk of Courts. I found 14 homeowners in St. Lucie County have liens on their property, totaling more than $164,000.
Is there anything you can do about that?
As far as the liens, my partners are handling that on the legal way. And all of that should be taken care of in a timely manner.
Our investigation into Family First Roofing did not stop on the Treasure Coast. Property owners across the state in Sarasota County also claim the company did not finish jobs after they made down payments.
$4,500.
$12,500.
I talked with a group of Sarasota County homeowners about Family First Roofing via Zoom.
I would like to see everybody get their money back.
I think they all need to be prosecuted.
My ceiling
You can see that damaged ceiling over Terry Salazar's shoulder.
is like frightening when it rains.
She says her mobile home constantly leaks and says Family First never fixed the roof after she paid the company $5,000.
I don't even know what the inside of the walls look like because, can't see them, but, they have to be damaged.
On its webpage, Family First blames some of its financial problems when it placed our trust in the wrong individuals to manage new locations. This resulted in significant financial loss due to internal embezzlement.
And we started seeing some red flags, so I traveled out there myself and started going to some of these job sites and started seeing that none of this was done.
But law enforcement agencies on both coasts tell me they have not arrested any former Family First employees for embezzlement. Meanwhile, the Florida Department of Financial Services confirmed to WPTV July 1st it has launched a criminal investigation into Family First Roofing.
I can tell you that there is no fraud going on. It's just been a big circle of bad luck, as you can say.
Several weeks after my investigation into Family First Roofing, its Port St. Lucie headquarters doors are locked. and the company made an announcement on its website.
Family First Roofing LLC will no longer be accepting new business, as our full focus is now on completing all outstanding roofing projects we've already committed to. It added, thanks to the collaboration of over 7 roofing companies, manufacturers, distributors, and community leaders, we are working diligently to ensure that all existing projects are completed with the same quality and care our customers expect. Ann McFate was able to find a new roofer willing to finish the job at a discount.
Last night was the first night I have a good night's sleep in 6 months after all of this.
But in Vero Beach, Daniel Mulkey still does not have the metal roof over his car wash.
We have to save up money now since we lost our deposit.
Kevin Parker is suing Family First, alleging civil theft and seeking damages of almost $37,000.
In a handwritten note with the court, Brandon Laverdure responded, "This is a contractor's agreement and not fraud." The document adds, the customer also did breach his contract, which resulted in a loss of 20%. Kevin Parker is awaiting his day in court.
At this stage, they need to be held accountable. They can't continue to do this and operate their business this way.
Devontae Bray remains behind bars here at the Criminal Justice Center. He's awaiting trial on a battery charge and probation violations. He was also taken to a local hospital for an incident that took place here April 15th.
It happened on Wednesday.
Okay.
And we didn't hear about it until Thursday.
Devontae Bray's grandmother is still in shock about the call from her grandson from the Palm Beach County lockup.
That's his mom and him.
After a court appearance in downtown West Palm Beach, she says Bray told her he was escorted to a squad car, his arms shackled in the back seat, and then was taken to the lockup. According to a couple of former deputies familiar with the inmate transport process, Devontae Bray should have been brought from the courtroom to the Sally Port behind the jail and then escorted inside to his cell. Instead, Devontae Bray says he was locked in a hot car for 11 hours.
I never have heard anyone making it after 11 hours in a hot car in Florida. I never heard of that. I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe they would have.
Hold on.
As I interviewed Christine Bray, Devontae called from behind bars.
Call from an incarcerated individual. You may start the conversation now.
And after an hour or so, I started attending, like, okay, they must forgot that I'm back here.
After 4 hours in the car, Devontae says he was really feeling the effects of the heat.
You know, I was just trying to keep control of my breathing and trying to fight the sun, like trying to move out of the way of the sun, but the way it's positioned in the sky is like, I can't do it.
After sunset, Bray said he licked condensation off the rear window to hydrate.
Did you think you were going to die at some point?
So, yeah, by the time 7 o'clock here, I thought it was over for me, because that means I had to wait all the way to the next morning.
Former deputies tell me jailers conduct a head count at 9 p.m. Bray says a couple hours later he saw deputies appearing to search the parking lot. And sometime after 11 p.m., Devontae Bray says one deputy discovered him in the back of the squad car.
I waved my hand at him, and he was like, okay, thank you, Jesus, you're alive, you're alive.
I obtained medical records that show he was taken to JFK Medical Center for treatment. He says weeks after the ordeal, he's still in pain.
Eventually, I'd be thinking about, am I ever going to walk straight again, because I have a limp when I walk now.
I emailed the sheriff's office a list of questions. A spokesperson acknowledged the incident, telling me an investigation is ongoing, and 2 deputies have been placed on administrative leave.
It's got to be investigated. You know, I have confidence in the sheriff's office and their investigation.
Rick Morris is a former West Palm Beach assistant police chief, now a law enforcement instructor at Palm Beach State College. He says the incident appears to be a serious policy violation. If an internal affairs investigations find that these deputies were at fault, what kind of accountability should they face?
Depends on the totality of the circumstances. What you've described to me is not good at all. I would imagine that the consequence would be severe.
Devontae Bray's grandmother is thankful her grandson was found.
Right now, we could be planning to bury my grandson, you know, and I just thank God that we got him.
While he faces prison time, she hopes the incident changes her grandson's life.
I know for a fact that God was there. And he's got a purpose for my grandson. I really feel that from my heart.
Devontae Bray's family has hired an attorney, but as yet, no lawsuit has been filed. In West Palm Beach, I'm investigative reporter Dave Bohman, WPTV News.
The elevator is a lifeline in the building if you're handicapped.
It's happening somewhere in Palm Beach County.
What's happening?
Nothing.
And I had knee surgery, and now my knees are hurting.
Taking it step by step.
An elderly or disabled individual struggles on the stairs. Their elevators broken.
No reaction.
Again.
And not always repaired quickly.
6 months. It's awful.
I caught up with 87-year-old Jacob Sternberg.
I'm preparing for this stuff, so I store this here.
In June, he took a spill on the stairs at Deauville Building E when its elevator was out of service.
What's the worst thing about this?
I fell twice. One of the falls is half a floor. And I was in the hospital, etc.
After a brief hospital stay, Jacob Sternberg returned to his fourth-floor condo. The elevator still didn't work.
Dangerous. This is a disastrous situation for us, and especially when it lasts so long. I'm a Holocaust survivor. I'm a former Israeli paratroop officer. I'm not a victim. I'm just very mad.
I wanted to learn why so many elevators at condo complexes in our area break down and stay out of service for so long. The Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation says the state doesn't keep statistics on elevator breakdowns, but it does keep track of how often elevators are inspected. I crunched the numbers on 515 condos and apartments listed in our area in the state's elevator database. They're labeled as delinquent on their inspections. These condo complexes average 3 years and 3 months without an inspection. Managers of elevator service companies tell me why repairs and installations take time.
Part of the problem, the age of the elevators. When I did my research, I found there are thousands between 30 and 70 years old. The models aren't even made anymore. So if a spare part is needed for repair, it could take weeks, even months. The other problem, one manager tells me there's a severe shortage of elevator mechanics. As she put it, they're hard to find and harder to keep.
The skill of mechanics that we're not able to attract the same talent that used to be there.
Logan Ober is an advocate for safe elevators. He publishes the online elevator database of facilities in 7 states, including Florida. Ober tells me some condos do not perform preventative maintenance on their elevators.
And that's where you're starting to see on these older elevators where they break down more often because that quality of maintenance isn't there anymore.
When I contacted the State Department of Business and Professional Regulation, a spokesman responded by email, quote, "The agency has the ability to take action against an elevator that is operating with safety violations, but cannot take action against an elevator that is not operational." That's little comfort to those who need help.
I can't even go to the doctor. I can't go downstairs or upstairs.
My cardiologist, so they don't climb any stairs.
I don't know whether to call movers. I don't know what to do.
At Deauville Building E, I caught up with Lori Dobra,
We all need help.
who was relocating to North Carolina.
Thank you.
A move made more expensive when movers learned they had to carry furniture down 2 flights of stairs.
We've exhausted all of our chances, all of our resources. What are we supposed to do?
In the same complex, people in Deauville Building B say they went almost 6 months without an elevator.
You go grocery shopping. It's difficult to carry the stuff upstairs.
I try to get answers from the property managers by calling, emailing, even showing up in person. A voice on the intercom said there will be no comment.
What's the toughest thing about this?
The stairs. Stairs. Up and down the stairs.
As we were at Deauville Building B, an elevator inspector arrived. The repairs passed. Both Deauville Buildings B and E now have working elevators. Skeptical condo owners wondering how long they'll work. In Delray Beach, Dave Bohman, WPTV News.
Extortion?
Garth Larkin's moving company had a near-perfect reputation online.
Yeah.
70 of 72 reviews, giving him 5 out of 5 stars on Google Maps.
You know, as a business owner, you really try and do the right thing for customers.
But earlier this month, his company received 14 one-star Google Maps reviews over 2 days. One calling the workers unprofessional, slow, and rude. Another, worst moving experience I've ever had. A third claiming movers dragged furniture across the floor, causing scratches.
Before the incidents, Larkin's Moving had a 4.9 out of 5 for a Google review. After the apparent extortion attempts, it went down to a 4.3 and plummeting.
A lot of people will look at our history on Google, and as other businesses, that will make them determine whether they'll work with you or not, depending on your rating.
Garth Larkin knew the reviews were fake. And then he received this text: "I have received order for 30 bad reviews." Then the text offered $200 for this order if you pay me to take them down. I looked up the country code on the text. It's from Pakistan.
It's hard to run a small business, particularly when Google allows these networks of scammers halfway around the world to ruin your online reputation.
Kay Dean is a former federal investigator and a nationally known expert in online fraud. She investigated the Google Maps reviews of Larkin Moving and Delivery and put together this spreadsheet of those posting those one-star ratings. It shows those same posters of bad reviews for Larkin also turned to Google to slam a cleaning service in Central Florida, car dealers in New Jersey, and businesses in Spain, the United Kingdom, and New Zealand. Some of these businesses received the text demanding money to remove the posts or face more bad reviews, all coming from Pakistan.
There's this whole underworld of nefarious activities underpinning what the public actually sees on Google. And this includes just an ocean of fake positive reviews, fake negative reviews, and even extortion.
Just a day after I spoke with Garth Larkin, several scathing reviews of a spa in Orlando popped up. The same names posting one-star ratings on Larkin Moving posted bad Google reviews to the Key Massage and Facial Spa in Orlando. The spa's owner tells me she too was offered to take the reviews down for $200. Kay Dean says Google Maps should be able to keep most of these bogus reviews from ever being posted in the first place.
My research really shows that Google is not on top of this problem. It's really, they have a whack-a-mole approach, and it's really insufficient from a billion-dollar tech company.
I emailed Google 3 times, and I haven't received a response. Its website reports, last year our AI-powered detection systems blocked or removed more than 12 million fake business profiles and over 240 million reviews.
It was upsetting.
Garth Larkin's never paid the $200 to have the bogus reviews removed. His business got its 4.9 star average review back after he was able to get Google Maps to take down those fake reviews. But for 4 days, those negative reviews were online for potential customers to see.
It's upsetting because you work really hard.
Did you ever think, hey, they could cost you customers and put a crimp in your business?
100%. If it had stayed on there long term, it would be very hurtful for the business. A lot of people rely on the reviews.
It came to a head in December 2023 in the parking lot of a West Palm Beach nightclub where the man who shot Rolando Victorero worked as a DJ. This video shows Rolando Victorero entering from the right side of your screen wearing white, approaching Kelvin Fajardo wearing red outside Club Ivy. Fajardo shoots Victorero. Victorero turns and runs, and Fajardo appears to follow, firing off more shots. The incident report states one shot hit Victorero in the liver and heart sac. A second shot entered back left shoulder, hitting the left rib, left upper lobe of the lung, including the spinal column. The trajectory was back to front. A third shot entered the left heel of left foot. Paramedics took Rolando Victorero to St. Mary's emergency room for treatment. Less than 3 hours after the shooting, Rolando Victorero was pronounced dead.
It's like a nightmare. It's like very hard to see that.
Yvonne Victorero is Rolando's mother. She thought Fajardo would be charged with murder. Fajardo was led away from the scene in handcuffs and was later released.
He wasn't taken to jail. Nothing.
Kelvin Fajardo was never charged. After an investigation, Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies concluded Fajardo was justified under Florida's Stand Your Ground law. That law allows people to use deadly force if they fear their life's in danger.
My immediate reaction when I saw it was that it was a homicide.
Greg Lehrman is Ivan Victorero's lawyer. He's best known in legal circles as a defense attorney, where he says he's defended 21 homicide cases in Palm Beach County. After watching the video, Lehrman says he'd be hard-pressed to defend Fajardo's actions.
And this individual chased him down and just shot him like he was a bad dog. I thought that was at a minimum manslaughter, if not second-degree murder.
I offered representatives from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and the State Attorney's Office the chance to explain why this should be a stand your ground case and the decision not to prosecute Kelvin Fajardo. Representatives from both agencies declined my request for an on-camera interview. But I found communications and paperwork showing their reasoning. According to the PBSO report, in the days leading up to the confrontation, Victorero emailed Fajardo. According to that incident report, Victorero writes, "I warned you to stay away from my kids." Victorero also emailing Fajardo, "Ain't no one gonna stop me from whooping you when I see you. And keep thinking until I make you disappear. Just fight me. Let me get some anger out on you." That investigation concludes Kelvin Fajardo actually believed that the danger was real, adding, "Because of the threats or prior difficulties with Rolando Victorero, Fajardo had reasonable grounds to believe that he was in danger of death or great bodily harm, and the use of deadly force was justified." I showed that video to a former prosecutor who says the state attorney could still file charges against Fajardo, counter to the recommendations of detectives with the sheriff's office.
And this is egregious enough, the behavior, that this should have been prosecuted.
Jason Weiser once worked as an assistant state attorney in Miami-Dade County.
She puts her bag on.
Weiser looked at the video and the report, finding the trajectory of the second and third gunshot wounds were from back to front.
It's really hard to sit there and say he's standing his ground when this guy's 20 feet away and running for his life and you're shooting him in the back.
The state attorney who looked into the case emailed Ivan Victorero's attorney, quote, "PBSO has closed the case, and I agreed with their decision to do that based on the history of Stand Your Ground, the facts of this case, and the entire history of Stand Your Ground precedents." She added, "The shooter merely had to have had reasonable basis to believe he was about to suffer a forcible felony, such as aggravated battery," adding, "It is arguable that there was any fleeing." But the story doesn't end there. In December, deputies charged Kelvin Fajardo with written threats to kill or do bodily harm and aggravated stalking. According to the arrest report, Fajardo threatened the mother of Rolando Victorero's daughters. The arrest report says Fajardo texted her, "Today is the day you die, and I'm sure your baby daddy would be glad to see you." Fajardo pleaded not guilty to those charges. Earlier this year, deputies charged Fajardo with aggravated battery with a firearm from an August 2024 incident. According to the police report, that shooting happened near the same shopping center off Military Trail as the nightclub where Fajardo shot and killed Rolando Victorero. The report states at a business in the shopping center, Fajardo was arguing with another male. Another man attempted to de-escalate the situation. According to deputies, Fajardo struck the man on the side of the head and brandished a black handgun and fired 2 shots where the man was grazed by a bullet in his groin area. Fajardo has pleaded not guilty to these charges as well. That report also states Fajardo used the same gun that deputies gave back to Fajardo after concluding he shot and killed Rolando Victorero in self-defense.
I think this is an extremely dangerous individual.
Rolando Victorero's mother wishes Fajardo was charged in her son's shooting death back in December 2023.
I don't understand what they call it self-defense. Nothing close to case. That was done. That was it.
I attempted to get Kelvin Fajardo's side of the story when he was in court for a hearing on one of his court cases. He did not want to comment, and his lawyer has not returned my calls.